Well, there's there's no way to sugarcoat that. What we give up 11 home runs the last two nights and committed 7 errors. It's not good. Can't sugarcoat it. Pitching was our strength. We were a good team the first 2 months. Pitching was a big reason for it. Our pitching's been hasn't been as good lately, and we've always had the issue with our offense. But we're getting to a point where we need to regroup. We just got to keep working with these guys and keep their heads up and keep pushing them. That's the only thing I can think of doing.
Morgan's start was almost kind of a reverse of the last one. He looked good those first 4 innings, and then the 5th it kind of fell apart. What did you see in that 5th inning?
Well, the whole game he was up in the zone. You know, he's just making too many bad pitches. He's got to keep the ball down in the zone and locate on the inner part of the plate. He tried to locate, but he didn't get the ball in enough, and he got burnt. He hasn't been pitching well lately.
Teams now in the last 24 hours that look really comfortable at the plate. Do you guys have to do something to change it?
We struck out 16 hitters. You know, I don't think I'd like to see a record. You know, the numbers on that. I don't think 15 hits they got and 16. They struck out 16 times, hit 6 home runs. That's pretty unusual to see. It doesn't really make sense. We're just making a lot of bad pitches over the middle of the plate, up in the zone, and these teams are capitalizing.
Is it possible that the pitchers are maybe getting discouraged by seeing those 7 errors behind them in the field, and
that's always something that's possible. You know, I think, you know, I believe we're going to come back to where we were. We were a good team for 2 months, and by that I mean we were making pitches, we were getting clutch hits and playing solid defense. Right now, we're not doing any of that. So, like I said, we just got to regroup. Keep our heads up and keep fighting. There's a lot of baseball left to play. I believe we're going to come back and have some, get back to where we were. But, you know, the other thing is that we've got a lot of first and second year players who we're counting on. You know, you look at when you put together a team, you'd like to have somebody that you can really count on. You know, give you professional at bats. Our guys are still learning how to do that, and they're all, as a group now, they're all kind of, you could see they're pressing, they're over swinging, they're trying to do too much.
Trying to do too much. Do you think Cesar should have ate that ball, the first one that was kind of the one right in front of him that he really had to rush to make even any kind of play?
When the runner scored from, yeah. Well, he had to play at the plate. If he catches the ball, he had to play at the plate. So it was just, you know, I'm not going to criticize guys for making physical errors. Mental mistakes I have a problem with, but physical errors I don't. I don't like them, but it's part of it. You strike out. You know, I'm not going to criticize you. If you make an error, I'm not going to criticize you. I wish you didn't strike out or make an error, but it's just what it is.
Do you think they're maybe getting in their own heads with, you know?
Of course, you know, they're getting in their own heads. You know, you look at Maikel Franco. He's not the same hitter right now. He's somehow gotten away from his plate discipline, and I think he's getting frustrated, and he's swinging at everything, trying to break his way out of it. It's tough when you're in a slump. You figure out a lot of different ways to get out of it. Do you take pitches? Do you swing at everything? Do you play head games? You play games with yourself to try to figure a way out.
Having a lack of sort of veteran leadership to show them how to do that. Contribute to?
Yeah, Leslie, you know, that's what I was talking about. You know, somebody asked me yesterday about, do we need a team leader? Well, not for, you know, players normally police themselves. When it comes to, you know, following somebody, you know, you'd like to have three guys in the middle of the order who you can count on giving you professional at bats. And right now we don't have that guy. And like I said, they're all first and second year players. Into their third year, struggling to prove that they belong here, and it sure would be nice to have some professional at-bats to look at.
So it's disappointing to see a result like that, but is it even more so maybe after a team meeting last night?
So much for my team meeting. I didn't do a whole lot, you know. But like I said, I'm going to continue to encourage them and keep their heads screwed on straight. I'm going to talk to 3 or 4 of them tomorrow individually and let them know that that's part of the game. It's so much mental, and they got to fight their way back. They got to fight their way back to where we were the first 2 months.
I know it will be unorthodox considering your personnel, but could you drop Franco dramatically in the lineup just to maybe take some heat off him?
Funny you said that, Jim. That was what I was going to do tomorrow. Well, you know, I'm going to get your lineup tomorrow. Give me a line. Everybody hand me a lineup, and I'll try to figure it out. It's a good thought. I'm serious. It's a good thought.